Hey guys, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here, and today I'm asking, how long will it take society to adjust to new robotic technologies? Now, I have some notes here, and this is absolutely fascinating, but I think it's something that we really need to discuss because, quite frankly, this is coming. Automation is coming. Robots in society, in public, are coming, and it's something that we really need to talk about. And my notes here, basically, the answer to this, it seems to be, is it really depends on the society. And so, for example, a study by the De Montfort University in Leicester, that's in England, which looked into the use of robotics in healthcare, concluded that UK workers are particularly opposed to the introduction of intelligent machines into the workplace. Now, compared that to Norway, for example, where another study found that co-working robots were often given affectionate names and they were welcomed into offices and other places. The USA, on the other hand, has this very interesting thing with robot abuse in public, and I've got some examples of this. So, a patrolling security robot from a company called Nightbridge was actually found drowned in a like a little pool, like one of those little pools you see in front of an office in Washington D.C. Now, Nightscope, not Nightbridge, excuse me, Nightscope said that basically this robot had slipped, but this was very mysterious circumstances because it could sense steps. And so how it got down into the pool to go take a swim, which obviously it shouldn't do, that's that's it. And also Hitchbot. I don't know if you are familiar with Hitchbot, but this is from 2015. Now, a pair of Canadian creators, David Harris Smith and Frauke Zeller, basically built a robot as an art and social engineering or social robotics experiment, and they basically had it hitchhike across Canada. And so they put it in a car and basically said, "Hey, pick me up. You know, I'm on the east coast of Canada. I'm trying to get to the west coast of Canada," and that's what it did. People picked it up in Canada and they brought it around and took pictures, and it was designed to, have some very limited interactions and be very friendly. It was super cute and all of this. And so they brought it to Boston in July of 2015 with the hopes of getting it to the West Coast, San Francisco, LA, one of those. And 2 weeks later, it made it to Philadelphia, where it met its brutal end basically in an alley where it was completely dismembered. So there we go. I mean, it depends on the society. The UK also has an issue with robot theft, and also this certain amount of uneasiness with having these robots. Some people find that they're a novel concept. They want to take pictures or selfies or whatever with them. Some people are terrified. As a result of it, for example, one supermarket in Scotland actually had to fire its robotic employee after a lot of customers complained that they were basically terrified of the thing, as it basically rolled around the store offering them pork samples. So take that for what it's worth. But here we are. I mean, robotics are here to stay. And while, let's say studies have also shown that, some workers, and this again is a study that comes out of the UK, that workers are actually trying to sabotage or confuse these robots in an attempt to, let's say, prolong, their likelihood. We're talking about manual laborers, manual workers, that kind of stuff, where they're seeing their jobs put out to automation. They're basically resorting to some kind of sabotage to ensure their longevity. And where's the balance in that? We are seeing a lot of things in society, and we are seeing some sensational news articles, at least here in the United States, on things like robotic technology. For example, we literally have seen articles where people are literally just asleep behind the wheel of their Tesla as their Tesla is driving them wherever they are. That's not the norm right now. Eventually it will be. And so the question is, how long is that going to take? When are we going to be sleeping in our cars, or we look over and see another person sleeping in their cars and think, this is just another day driving from point A to point B. The car is handling it. When does that have it? When does that happen for us? And I'm thinking here that it really comes down to trust. And what I mean by that is, we have to be able to fully trust the robot that we are dealing with. I'm not talking about some iRobot thing where they're going to try to take over the world, or the Terminator. I'm talking about trusting the Tesla not to crash into things, not to hit things, that we need to be alert in the vehicle, or rather we don't have to be alert in the vehicle because the Tesla will literally handle this for us, or whatever other driverless car out there, and we don't have to worry about this. Or these robots are actually going to be able to do their job effectively and not really get in our way. I mean, we all also combine this with other issues like, let's say, privacy, facial recognition, scanning technologies, all these kinds of things. And the more robots get out there, that basically means the more cameras we have rolling around on the street and all of that. And that right now basically is a very, very serious issue for trust, because if anybody is pretty much tuned into this with all the cameras that, let's say, a government has access to, this kind of becomes something that people would cringe at or look at. So I think once we get over those issues, or we figure out those issues, or we're able to some way make it so the point that our privacy is insured and these robots are so on the ball that the amount of accidents they would have are next to nothing, I think this is going to be continue to be a sensational issue. But I found this absolutely fascinating, and I hope you do too, because that is your news of the day. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP. And as always, stay safe and stay online. Thanks, guys.